What's going on, guys? So, welcome to another SHOKY Quickie, and this time we're going over some more Star Trek stuff. And if you caught my live stream a little while ago, you would have seen these things come in and me open them up. And for those who don't know, I love me some Star Trek, and of course, I have been subscribed to EAGLEMOSS for a while now for my Ecto 1 build. If you're not following that, by all means, go follow that. And then, of course, the Star Trek official starships collection from EAGLEMOSS. I got the Defiant a while back, and I haven't bought anything until now. So we're going to continue on with that. So we have the NX-01 Enterprise from Enterprise, and this is the XL version because there's no point in buying the small ones. And yeah, this is the box it comes in, kind of a shoebox in a way. Nice little stuff here. You got all the credits and everything like that. You got Star Trek. And come on here, you got Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek Enterprise. Now that's fine and dandy, except now we have new Star Trek series that I just finished today, actually. And then Star Trek on that side. And then if you open it up, you get styrofoam on the inside. I've already got the ship out, so no point in doing that. And yes, of course, I saw MGO doing these, so yeah, it reminded me that I needed to buy the ones I wanted to get. So that's what I've been doing. And one thing that is also cool, when you buy EAGLEMOSS stuff, you get a bit of a magazine that comes with it. So you get a nice shot there. I believe that is actually of this particular model, though of course lights not included. You got NX class launch 2151. It's got phase cannons and polarized hull plating, so no shields and no real phasers. They had phase cannons. Now this is pretty cool. They show you how to put it on the stand, which is always important. You can order stuff online. That's neat. That's fine and dandy. And then you've got stuff here like its first appearance was in Broken Bow, Class NX. These are the Voyagers. Voyages, that's the last one. Doug Drexler designed it. Captain's was Archer. And then you got a bunch of stuff here about the show, which is always a good thing. How they kind of made it all happen. You know, you got Archer, all the guys there. A lot more about the stuff like this. Got a lot more about the series. You know, you got some of their shuttle pods, the space dock, more things like that. The actors and actresses that were along for the way, different characters, and then you actually get the design phases and stuff like that, where they drew out, like, say, the original warp core, parts of the bridge, stuff like that. It's pretty neat. The shuttle pod bay, things like that. So it's pretty cool that you actually get something like this along with your, you know, little spaceship. And speaking of the little spaceship, boop. And it's been a while since we did a turntable time, but we're gonna do it today because this girl needs it. So, and yeah, I did always enjoy this design. I thought it was really freaking cool. And, you know, one thing that's very interesting about Enterprise is it was kind of short-lived. I mean, what, 4 seasons? And this was the first real starship of Starfleet to carry the name Enterprise. I dug the show. A lot of people didn't. I like the design. And, of course, you do sort of get a throwback to it in a way in Star Trek Into Darkness. No, I'm sorry, that was in Beyond. So it wasn't actually what we considered an NX class, but very similar style of ship. Hopefully we get an XL version of that one. I think it was the Franklin, which is a pretty cool ship. There's a couple other that I just ordered as well, so we'll be getting more things, including more Enterprises down the line. I do want to have an Enterprise collection, but there's several other ships that I truly do love, not to mention good old DS9 itself that I have to get. So let's take a closer look at it here. Okay, so whenever you get these, you have to assemble the display stand. The clear translucent piece plugs into the bottom, and one thing that's neat, you come down here, and it literally tells you that it's Enterprise NX-01 and 6328AA, which I guess is the model of the model. Now, this thing is mostly die cast, like the entire saucer section here. All of these engineering hole back here. It's all die cast, even back to here. And then the nacelles, I believe, are entirely plastic. And one thing that's neat about that is you get some translucent blue and some translucent red. So if you had the ability to actually add LEDs to it, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know how you would get them in there. I mean, other than split this open, but then like there's no way to run it up the pylons. Now they do use a lot of metallics, like it's great metallic silver. And at a glance, you wouldn't see a lot of the detail like this, but then I turn it this way. You can see all of the Aztecing. All of that detail just sort of hidden there. That's cool. And then you have like the little bitty kind of deflector right up front. It didn't have a full-on deflector. Also, this was a Warp 4 ship. And then I think later on Warp 5. Then like you get the tampo details along here. Little lights. A couple little green spots right there that I don't know if they're on purpose or not. Probably not. I did notice that at least on one of my other ships that we'll be looking at shortly, there's definitely some paint mishaps. Now this is the bridge area. You get a little bit of smudge or a little bit of paint rub came off there. That's okay. Little engineering section there. Why they kept it in that little pod, I don't know. But I do digs it. And you even come to the back and you can see the impulse engines glowing blue. That's actually super cool. And you come underneath and you get a lot of detail down here as well, like this guy. Looks nice, nice little fade job on that. I don't know if that's technically a light or what. But you got NX01 here, NX01 there. More tampo detail, a little bit more green paint there. And then you got whatever the heck those technically are. But I mean, like, you can see how this shape really did define quite a lot about future Starfleet ships. I mean, it's pretty dang cool. And there was an NX01 refit that was designed for the next season that never happened, and it added an entire lower engineering hull and made it very much like a Constitution class ship. They do have that. It was a special edition, but they do not have it in the XL size. If they do get it, I will definitely buy that because it's a super neat bit of Star Trek history that will never be seen. And then to put it on the stand, you just sort of rock it up like that, and then it just looks badass. I mean, like, it's just really all it comes down to. Now to compare it to the previous ship that I do own, here is the very dusty Defiant. Now, scale is not something that EAGLEMOSS holds to. They go for a size class, so they're all roughly 8 to 9 inches, depending. So that's one thing that does suck about it. Well, the funny thing is, I think that the Defiant would be smaller. I have to actually look that up, but the Defiant might actually be smaller in general, because it was only 9 decks, something like that. And I think this guy was only like 8 or 9. And then, of course, this is just all of most of the real body of the ship here. But you can see the difference in how they were painting these things. So, very dull, normal things, and then metallic with all of the fixins, as it were. Which is something we're going to see a lot of in the upcoming reviews of the rest of the ships that I got. So, I really do dig this one. I'm very keen on this. I just realized how many cobwebs I have around my lights. It's been that long since I really did anything in here. That's pretty bad. But guys, this is pretty cool. I hope to get quite a few more in the future. That's pretty neat. But guys, if you're a Star Trek fan, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go check these things out. I did get it from BBTS, but you can order from EAGLEMOSS themselves and a few other places if you just are keen on it. But I got it from BBTS because the price was fair, and well, I order a lot of stuff from BBTS as it is, so it just made sense for me. But I will catch you guys on the next one, and remember, as always, boldly go where no man has gone before.